Hey folks, it's Jumping Quails, and welcome back to what I believe is the fourth edition of the weekly Ramble. And the topic for today is what we do in our free time, and basically what I do in my free time, what do you guys do in your free time, and kind of what I mean by free time is when you're not doing any work, that kind of stuff. And I feel like I could narrow it down a little bit more, but that's just me kind of blurring the waters or muddying the waters. Um, like for me, free time. Free time is when I have absolutely nothing to do. I don't have to record. I don't have to edit. I don't consider recording and editing a part of my free time, but technically I would do that if I don't have any schoolwork or anything else going on. So technically it's something I do in my free time, but I still consider it like it's still its own unique thing, so I don't count that as it. What I do in my free time, as you're probably seeing on screen right now, I'm not actively recording this voice session while I'm playing this on screen or recording what you see on screen. I play a lot of games. I mean, stuff that I don't record for YouTube because I don't know what the hell to do with the content or what I would do for it in terms of content and that kind of stuff. You actually might be hearing me trying to play the piano on Garry's Mod. For those who know what Garry's Mod is, it's pretty much a sandbox game that has a whole bunch of other game modes in it, popularly known for Dark RP, Trouble in Terrorist Town, Star Wars RP servers. If you ever saw like trolling videos of Gmods, that kind of stuff, Star Wars RP, Halo RP, all kinds of weird stuff. I have played Gmod for an absolutely crap ton of time. Like, I have more hours than I'd like to admit in this game, and I'll just tell you it. I have, on record, just to let you know how much what I do with my free time, 6,817 hours in Garry's Mod. It's no small amount. Of course, that's not, it's over like, how many years of playing? Like 6 years of playing Gmod, I think. But yeah, a lot of the time I spend in my free time just playing games. And I typically, it kind of changes too. Like, I don't know why my brain does this. Like, when I find a game, I'll stick with it for a while, right? Like, I'll stick for like upwards of 6 months to a year, and then I'll drop it and like never come back to it. Or if I do come back to it, like, I'll come back to it and play it again for that period of time. It's just really weird. It typically happens when I find new games to play that I get really into. I don't know why. I stopped playing Gmod because I was playing the crap out of League of Legends for a while, and I still play a lot of League of Legends because I have a group of friends who I play it with, and God, do I have to say League of Legends is every bit of toxic and soul-crushing as you probably hear and meme about. It is terrible. That's not all I do with my free time. A lot of the times when I have a lot of free time that I just don't know what to do with, I don't feel like playing any games. I feel like I got a lot of stuff going on in my head. I'll go on walks. I just go on walks. You try to go on a random path thing every single time. It just helps clear the head. And that's just something I feel like if you have free time, if you feel like you're just kind of mentally just unable to shake some things off, you want to relax, de-stress a little bit, just go outside, walk a little bit. Now, assuming it's not like, blizzard or hazardous conditions, don't take this as advice to go outside during a freaking hurricane, because if you do, you are liable for your own injuries. You can't come at me. I am not telling you to do any of that. I'm saying when it's a nice day outside, when the wind is blowing, the sun is shining, it's not too hot, not too cold, just right, Goldilocks zone type of day. Go outside, have a walk, clear your head, or just, think about things. I find that's the best way to do it, at least for me. And that's why a lot of the time, if I have, that kind of stuff going on with me mentally, that's what I do. I spend my free time, about maybe an hour and a half, just kind of walking around. No real reason, no like designated place I'm going. I just kind of walk in a circuit until I, feel like I'm ready to go back home, and I'll follow the path back or take a different path that I know back. And also, that's a really good way too. If you have free time, don't really, haven't really noticed the things around you, just go and do that. Like, that's just a mental thing. Like, I have noticed things around my campus that I didn't even know were there because I went on those walks. I'm like, wow, this house has some really cool freaking plants. I would have never have seen these plants if I never went on my walk. And that's how I am. You never know how you can spend your free time. And I feel like it's kind of ironic for me to be sitting here telling you over a internet video to go outside and experience the world with your free time. That seems a little ironic, but I don't even follow that completely myself. But it's just, I don't know, it's funny to me. And it's like, it's just, everyone is different, It's like, if you don't like going outside, going on walks, then don't go outside, don't go on a walk, because that's not going to give you any peace of mind. To me, I don't do that very often. I spend most of my, 90% of my free time is spent on my computer. It's not a, Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Some people can make fun of me, say you are such an introvert, you don't go out, and I don't spend. I do not spend a lot of time at all with the friends I have made in real life, like the non-internet friends, and that's probably been the one thing I have regretted the most. Um, is not spending more time with those guys with my free time, because I've always just felt like I've found more peace of mind um, with just being in front of a screen, which definitely is not socially healthy in regards. It is, if you have your real life friends, if you're like me, imagine a battery, you're at 100%, right? You're feeling good for the day. I feel like my battery drains faster when I'm out with people, and it just makes me tired. And I always viewed that as a bad thing, especially when I was younger. Nowadays, as I kind of got old, I'm 20, well, I'm 21. I'll be turning 22 this year in August. It's like, and the past year, I think in the past year, especially when the pandemic hit, I kind of realized, it started putting into perspective how much more of my free time I should have put spending time with people I knew in real life. Because I definitely missed out on things. There are people who I feel like I kind of just stopped talking to, not because I dislike them, and I really regret that. It's like I really should have spent more free time with them. I want to spend more time talking to them, trying to stay in touch, because like I've let people go because of that, not because I forget about them. It's just like shit. I think I'd rather be in front of my computer, vibing myself with music on, doing recordings, or just playing my games. Because a lot of times we don't have a lot of crossover in that area. Even though in real life we have a lot of fun, I enjoy talking to them. It's just weird. I feel like I'm even sidetracked a little. But yeah, I mean, yeah, free time is different for everyone. A lot of people, when you're younger, when you're in school, your free time is going to be a little bit different. I think most people are going to spend their free time when they're at least younger, middle school, high school. They're probably going to either be playing games or they're going to be hanging out with friends. One of the two. As I just discussed, I did most of the former. College, you can tend to get away, depending on what college you go to, obviously, or university, I should say. You can get away with hanging out with friends more. That kind of stuff. I feel like you're encouraged to, especially if you're living on campus as a freshman, you're living on campus apartments, you probably have a group of friends you're living with, which was my case. It's different with everyone. Some people might enjoy drawing. I was never much of an art kid. I didn't spend a lot of my free time doing much artistic things. Not because I didn't like art. I just like, again, if there's anyone in this is listening to this as an artist, they're gonna be like, well, you fuck, this is your big mistake. I just didn't draw because I thought I was shit at art. Like I always wanted to get better, but I had that beginning artist syndrome. I guess some people who are still artists never think that their art is good enough to keep going. It's like, why are you doing this? That's how I was with art. And I had my regrets in life. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say that I can't obviously fix that kind of stuff. I definitely can. As of right now, I have to figure out what the hell's going on with my drawing tablet, because I have not been able to do any art. Because when I got my drawing tablet for my birthday and that kind of stuff, I was stoked. I was actually drawing on it. I was spending my free time drawing characters that I have had in my head and hold near and dear to my heart, because I'm a very imaginative person, and they have been with me for, I think, the past 7 years. I'm not like hallucinating them. I'm not treating them like imaginary friends. They're just like characters who I put in stories. I imagine them going through shit, forming relationships, that kind of stuff. That's what I was doing when I was able to draw. I was terrible at anatomy. I cannot draw anatomy to save my life. Still can't. I spent some of my free time drawing them when I had my drawing tablet working. It's just I'm a very imaginative. I want to say imaginative, creative, and artistic person. Not so much the last one. I'm artistic in a way that I think of really crazy shit to do, and it's gonna lead to the next point here. So I spend my time gaming, my free time gaming. I either go out on walks or I draw. That's a lot of what my free time is spent doing. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I guess I do watch a lot of YouTube videos, though. I love watching YouTube videos, especially funny people. Oh, God, I love it. Which is why I do YouTube, because I get to not only contribute to that, but also get to watch other people be funny. Back to the Gary's Mod thing. A lot of my outlets, a lot of my creative time have gone into Gary's Mod. And there's a lot of the reason my hours went into it. I've spent barely 4 years being what is called, I guess you could call it a game maker, event maker, game master, think of a Dungeon Master, essentially I'm creating scenarios for like RP player bases to go through and, you know, have fun with it. I spent 2 years with Star Wars RP, 2 years with Halo RP, and I used a lot of my free time doing that, especially in recent years. I kind of got off Gary's Mod about the year and a half. I've been playing League for a while. Before Gary's Mod, it was TF2 because I enjoyed the craziness of that. I was playing Mordhau for a bit. And I'm back with Gary's Mod after about a 13-month break, which is still weird, but it's like I'm game making again. I'm doing that kind of stuff, and it's just like, wow. It's like I don't regret doing that with Gary's Mod. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, or I shouldn't have sacrificed so much time for Gary's Mod, or so much time with my friends for the games. That I will regret, but I don't regret the stuff that I have done, the creativity output, or the outlet that Gary's Mod has been for me creatively. Since I can't draw, I can at least express my imagination, my ideas in a different way, and that's through Gary's Mod. And that's why I absolutely fucking love Gary's Mod. You can find a community for anything, mostly anything that you enjoy doing, and you know, you can be a part of it, you can contribute to it, and that's what I absolutely love. But this one, I feel like this weekly ramble has been a lot more all over the place than the other ones. But yeah, it's like free time. We all have different things that we do. You either game, you go outside, you're productive, you go outside, maybe you're a crafter, you're a carpenter, you like to whittle things, you're an engineer, you like to hook up wires, make machines, you're a 40K hobbyist, which I really want to get into, you like to paint stuff, you're an artist, or you like making videos like I do. There's a lot of things. And I want to know what you folks do in your free time. What do you do when you have nothing else important going on? When you can just sit down, relax, or even be active and relax? What do you like to do? I'd love to know, folks. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I hope the rest of you can actually engage in the comments with each other. Have conversations about that. Use the comments to talk to one another. I'll probably, I'm trying to chip in here and there when I see people comment on these videos. I really encourage your participation, folks. But other than that, I have nothing else for this video. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more in the future, you know what to do. This has been Jumping Quills, and I'll see you folks in the next one.